Hey guys, welcome back. This is week 12 Project Life, and today I'm going to use a few new bits and pieces from Citrus Twist. Now what I'm starting with is a little sneak peek. Actually, these are some of the digital printables that are going to be available in May. I have printed those out and I've only got a few spots for journal cards this week. One, I'm going to use my big 4x6 spot for some journaling. I know, different for me, isn't it? I only need a couple of other ones, and I just grabbed a white 4x6 card for my title card. I've got a little bit of an idea. I'm going to use the WEEKISH stamp for that one up there. Now this is a new pack of die cut ephemera. There's a whole bunch of fun little tags and florals in here. I'm going to quickly go through these and pull out some that I think I'll use and a few that I probably won't end up using either. But obviously when you've got a large pack of die cuts like this, it's easier to kind of narrow them down a little bit first. So I'm not going for really any of the florals. It's not a big sort of floral theme this week, but I did pull out a few little hearts. There's a lot of little heart die cuts in there, which I really like. They go very nicely with the puffy sticker hearts in the puffy sticker set that I've got there as well. Now I'm just starting before I get too carried away with making all sorts of decisions. My first little photo here, it's actually going to be joined with another 3x4 card to make a 4x6 in this bottom pocket. I've added my photo, and then I added one of the kind of, I don't know, ephemera pieces. It's a little like a journaling card bit, but I did actually cover up the sentiment with another one of the die cuts. The sentiment wasn't quite right for the photo, so I added another one. And I'm also going to add a stamp. This is the Food Love stamp set, I think. I'll link all the products down below that I can. I think it's easy to kind of avoid using a themed stamp set like this because, I've got no food pictures this week, but I find that there's always stamps that you can kind of adapt in there, and that's one of those. It says good times, and I just repeatedly stamped that underneath my little sentiment just to kind of add a bit more to my cluster. Now I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to alter this stamp just to change the meaning a little bit. It says yes to, but what I'm going to do is just partially ink that. I'm not even going to mask it or anything. I'm just partially inking the yes, and I'm going to stamp that on top of my photo and one of those little die cuts that I added in there. That was my new iPad purchase. I'm making another tiny little cluster here. I added that heart die cut. I've got the stamp, and then I added another one of those little puffy sticker hearts on there. I'm going to do a very similar thing to my first little square photo for this one here. I'm adding my photo, and I did pull out another one of the die cuts. This one's sort of a library card looking grid paper. I'm just going to cut the bottom off it though and make like a little strip because I really only want a kind of background piece so that my puffy sticker stands out a little bit more. This was when I flooded the laundry, so that sticker is totally perfect. It says, ha ha ha, no, which was the perfect sentiment for that photo, I thought. As is this little die cut here that says make stuff. I want to add this to my photo of my live stream for my patrons. It's a very pink photo, you can see, and then I've got this very pink die cut. It doesn't stand out very well. I kind of want to back it with the off cut of that other die cut just to help it stand out a little bit. It's designed as kind of like a speech bubble, but that just didn't work for my photo at all because it kind of looked a bit daft having it down the bottom. It needed to be up the top for it to be a speech bubble, but there's just no room for it. So what I'm going to do is add it to the bottom of my photo with the little, the bottom part of the speech bubble kind of overhanging the photo, and then I can trim that down, and it's just a regular kind of die cut, which I like. That definitely needs that white there to kind of help it stand out off the photo though. Now I'm just going to quickly whip away, and when I say quickly, I mean it does take me a while because that's a good deal more journaling than I usually do. I just ran that card through my typewriter, but I did type it in pink ink just to add a little bit more color to the spread. And then I'm looking for a stamp to add down the bottom. It does have a date, which I'm going to leave blank, and it says documented. I think it says documented by, but I'm just stamping in week in review. That's a stamp from that WEEKISH stamp set, which is a collaboration between Citrus Twist and the Retro Hip company. So I added that one in there in black this time just to kind of pull all of the colors together. And now I've really only got one photo left to embellish on this spread because I didn't have a whole lot of photos this week. And so I did do one of my large photo enlargements, a 6x8 on here. It's a kind of pretty busy photo, so I'm just going to fill a stamp into the one kind of blank space in the photo. Again, I used another stamp, from that Food Love stamp set, but it did actually just not stamp very well. So there were a few little missing spots in it, and I decided I didn't really want to reprint the photo, so what I did was just grab a black gel pen, and I'm just kind of filling in those spots that it missed. I haven't actually prepped these stamps very well, so it didn't stamp very nicely. You can hardly tell though once I've given it the once over with the gel pen, so there's a little hack for you if you ever do that as well. Now I'm not really creating a cluster here, but I am going to add a little die cut. The black on black there really does just help it stand out because it is on that kind of pretty busy photo. The black helps it stand out a little bit more. Now my idea for my title card involves using this WEEKISH stamp to kind of create my own pattern paper, or sort of card anyway. I am going to stamp out the actual title, which is week 12, so I'm using one of the stamps from the WEEKISH set and then one of the sets of numbers from that big numbers stamp set, and picking that kind of bold kind of serif font there. It matches some of those other stamps that I've used this week from the Food Love set, so kind of again tying it all together. And I am going to use another one of those die cuts as sort of like a label for my date stamping, but before I do that I want to create the pattern. Now the reason I did my actual date, the title first, is because I'm going to stamp the rest around that. So I've gone into my ink stash, pulled out a bunch of kind of light pink inks, just sticking with the pink and kind of teal theme I've got going on here. And I'm using a whole bunch of the other stamps that are on the stamp set. So I'm using those, the words week, and I'm just kind of stamping them randomly around the left hand side. Like I said, I'm using sort of pale ink, so it doesn't matter that it's going over top of the black. All I'm trying to do is create a little bit of balance. I started with the larger words, style of word anyway, and did those in the lighter inks so that they didn't sort of take too much focus away. And then as the intensity of my ink color is increasing, I am decreasing the size of the words that I'm using. So I used 4 different sets, word sets, 4 different ink colors, and I'm trying to add sort of 2 or 3 of each one, but just try to keep everything nicely balanced. The Catherine Pooler inks, they go on quite dark, so it does look pretty dark here, but they do dry down quite a bit lighter, so I'm not too worried about those ones sticking out there. I'm adding my little teal die cut just underneath the week 12. I needed to do that afterwards so that it covers up some of those stampings. Then I'm just going to add my date stamp as normal, and that will be my title card all done. Now, like I said, I will leave any links to these products down below in the description box for you if you want to go and take a look for yourself. Thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there are a couple more videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you again really soon. Bye.